Now, new to 6:30 here on 5, our exciting game show In the Grid. 2 contestants fight it out to find the cash hidden in the grid, but don't make the mistake of thinking it's easy, because that couldn't be further from the truth. So for the first time on 5, it's over to your host, Les Dennis.
Hidden somewhere in this grid are tens of thousands of pounds in cash prizes, as well as a whole lot of trouble. To win big tonight, one of our contestants must hold their nerve, avoid the traps, and find the money that waits in the grid. Welcome to In the Grid, the game that can make you a mint in moments before taking it all away in a heartbeat. There's tons of cash hiding behind the squares of this grid. Our contestants will battle it out head to head, taking it in turns to choose squares, hoping to find as much of that cash as possible. But there's just as much chance they'll uncover some of the nasty surprises lurking up there as well. The question is, which of our players can discover, steal, and cling on to the most money tonight? Because only one of them can win and go on to play the mega grid for tens of thousands of pounds. The grid decides everything. It's in control. I just work here. And the first thing it will decide is who is going to play tonight. We've got 9 people waiting to play, but the first person in the grid tonight is behind square A2. Who will it be? It's Nikki! Nikki, you're playing tonight. Who are you going to be playing against? Let's find out. The second player tonight is behind B3, and that is Neil! Neil and Nikki, come and join me. Come on. Okay, guys, here's how you play. Between you, you have to uncover all but one of the 16 squares in the grid. Each square you play will affect your bank balance, sending it shooting up or crashing down. Just how good or bad each square is entirely up to the grid. When the game's over, the person with the most money has won, and they'll play tonight's mega grid. The loser will be going home with nothing. No 2 games are the same because no 2 grids are the same. So let's see what's hidden in the grid tonight. Yes, we've got 5 gold squares. They're the cash squares. Find one of them and the grid gives you cash. Simple. There are 3 green squares. They're the bonus squares. Find one of them and whatever cash you've already got will get a boost. There are 3 purple squares. Now they are the steal squares. Find one of them and you get to steal money from your opponent. That's all the good squares. Now for the bad ones. There are 4 red squares. They're the penalty squares. Hit one of them and the grid will take cash away from you. And as always, the grid has 1 more square lurking within. Nobody wants to find it. It's the bankrupt square. Hit that and the grid will take away all the money you've won up to that point. You can keep track of what's left in the grid at the bottom of your screen. The grid is going to mix those squares up now so we don't know where they are. You both start with £1,000 each and you've both got 2 reveals. You can use those at any time to give you an advantage over your opponent. Okay, the grid is now locked, the prizes are hidden, but so are the traps. It's all up to you. We're going to play all but one of the squares. Nikki, the grid chose you first, so you're first to play. Where do you want to go?
I'm getting drawn to A2, Les. I'd like to play A2, please.
What's drawing you to it?
I don't know, I just was.
You'd like it to be gold?
I would like it to be gold, yeah.
Okay, Nikki? Oh! You were drawn to it.
It's early on.
It's early on in the game. It's a bankrupt square, the only bankrupt square. It means you lose the £1,000 you have so far. Yeah. But as you say, it's early on in the game.
Get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way. Absolutely. Very positive thinking. So, Neil, still lots of gold up there. 5 gold squares there.
I hope I have a little better luck than you this time. I'm going to go for B3.
Well, you will get better luck in that you won't hit the bankrupt. It's 25% off. Well played. It's a bonus. Where are you going? Come here.
Okay.
What show is this?
I'm going up.
Well done, Neil. You're up to £1,250. So, that's a good start for Neil. Nikki, you started off badly with the bankrupt, but as you said, You got it out of the way early on. There's still 5 gold squares.
I'm going to go for B1, please. Les.
You really need cash or a steal,
steal.
because you have nothing right now. Neil is racing away. So it's cash or a steal that you need. 50% up, it's no good. 50% of nothing, you don't get anything. So, Neil, you're in the driving seat at this stage in the game.
I wonder if I could just put my glasses on to see this. I want to use my reveal on A3.
OK, Neil, you're going to play your reveal. You're going to find out the colour of the square. You won't know the value of it, but you will know whether it's good or bad. Nikki's not going to see it. It's going to appear at the bottom of your screen now. Right, you can play it or you can save it. What do you want to do?
I'm going to save it. I'm going to play another.
You're going to play another?
Yeah.
What do you think he's doing, Nikki?
I was trying to read his face, but I wasn't getting any clues.
Nothing at all?
No. He's got quite a good poker face going on over there.
Could be a bad one there. So, Neil, you're not going to play it?
I'm not going to play it. I'm going to play another.
Where are you going to go?
I'm going to go to C4.
C4. Is it gold? Yes, it's £750. Well done, Neil. You're up to £2,000. One of those 5 gold squares has been found. So, Nikki, got to go carefully now. You have no money.
Yeah.
You could do with a steal or some gold.
Right, this time, Les, I'm drawn to A1. I'm hoping that with it being black, hopefully the ones round it might be good ones.
OK, good
Just
thinking.
give away a little bit my strategy, but never mind.
It's all right.
Fingers crossed.
10% down.
Again, it's going out of the way,
10%
though.
of nothing. It's got it out of the
No
way.
money.
That's very positive of you, Nikki. It is early in the game. Neil.
I think I'll try C2 next, please.
C2.
C2.
Looking for gold. Steel's no good for you. It's a penalty down. How much is it? It's 25%. 25% of your money has gone, Neil. You can afford to lose that at this stage. You're down to £1,500. Nikki, you need some money. You've got 2 reveals.
I was just going to say, can I play my first reveal,
Probably
please?
a good idea to play one at this stage in the game, Nikki.
Yeah. And I'm going to go for D4.
OK, Nikki, D4, you'll find out the colour, but not its value. What am I seeing in that face? Has it helped you?
It has. I'd like to save that for later, please.
OK,
pick
Nikki.
another one.
You're going to save it?
Yeah. And I'd like to pick B2, please.
B2. Nikki, this really needs to be cash or a steal, because you have to get back in the game if you want to go on and play the Mega Grid for tens of thousands of pounds. What's B2 going to be? Well, we'll find out after the break. Join us then. You at home could win between £500 and £3,000 at the end of today's show. To enter, just call 0901 293 3377 or text GRID and your name and hometown to 81817. Or enter online for free at 5.tv/InTheGrid. Not all entries will be shortlisted, but all entries will be charged. Welcome back. Don't forget, you at home could still win between £500 and £3,000 at the end of the show. All the details are on your screen now. Meanwhile, just before the break, Nikki, who has no money, was playing Neil, who has £1,500. She needs some cash or a steal. Nikki, you went for
B2.
B2. Plenty of money there. There are 4 golds left. There are 3 steals.
Yeah.
Have you found one, or have you hit
so.
another red penalty square? It's a £1,000! Well done, Nikki! You're back in the game! Well done!
Feel better now.
I bet you do feel better. You have £1,000 to Neil's £1,500. Neil, you have one reveal left. Nikki, you have one reveal left. Neil.
I think I'll go for B4, please.
Go for B4. I'll just tell you that there are 3 cash squares. There's 1 bonus square. There are 3 steal squares. There are 2 penalties. And of course, the bankrupt square has already gone. Will this be gold for you? Or will it be a penalty? It's a penalty! And if it's more than 30%, Nikki is going into the lead. How much is it? Let's see. It's 75%! So, what a change of fortune. £375, Neil. And Nikki, you have £1,000.
Wow.
Just 1 penalty left in there. It's looking good for you. There are 3 cash squares, there are 3 steals, and just that 1 penalty. And you have a reveal.
If I can use my reveal on A4, please.
A4. So for you, and your eyes only, Neil won't know. This is the colour of A4, but you don't know its value. You're looking very intently at that, Nikki. What do you want to do?
Ooh, it's a tricky one again. I think again I'm going to save it for later, please.
Okay.
And I'd just like to play D1.
D1. Yes, £500. Well done, Nikki. So, your luck has changed.
I know.
And strategy maybe as well, because you had revealed there, you decided not to use it.
I did.
You know what is behind 2 squares. You're in a very strong position, Nikki. Neil.
I'll use my reveal, please, on C3.
So for you, and you alone, this is what it is, colour-wise. Does that help, Neil?
Not really. I'll leave that there.
Well, you know what's behind A3 and C3, and Nikki, you know what's behind A4 and D4. It becomes a game of cat and mouse now. So, Neil, you're not going to play it?
No, I'll go for C1, please, Les.
There are 2 golds left. There's 1 bonus, 3 steals, and 1 penalty. What have you hit here with C1?
Yeah! Oh, hi!
It's a bonus. It's a bonus. How much is it? 10%. Only 10%, Neil. 10%. It takes you up to £413. Nikki, you're in a really, really strong position. But of course, all of that could change with your next square.
I know, I'm getting nervous now.
So, Nikki, it's all about steals now. There are 3 left up there. You know what is behind 2 of the squares. What do you want to do?
I'd like to play my reveal, A4, please. Les,
A4.
at
So,
this
Nikki,
point.
you were saving something. Neil didn't see it in your eyes, but I would think this is something good. Let's have a look. A4. It's gold. Yes. We don't know how much money it is to add to that £1,500. Let's have a look. It's £2,000. Nikki, that's fantastic. Well played. You look so surprised. Do you see yourself as a lucky person, Nikki?
No, I don't. No, I never have any luck. That's why I'm so surprised.
You're doing well. You're doing very well. There's 1 cash square left. There are 3 steals. Neil, a chance to steal, maybe. You are aware of the colour of 2 squares. Have you been saving them? Have you been avoiding them? 2 goes each left in the game. It's all about steals. Neil, can you find one of those steals?
I'm going to go D3, please.
D3, is it a steal? Is it a penalty? It's a penalty! You're down, you've found that one penalty. How much have you gone down? Let's find out. 90%, Neil. You're down from £413 to £42. So, Nikki, you are well in the driving seat here. You have £3,500. You know what is behind one square. Remind us, which one do you know?
I know what's behind D4. I'm thinking that he's got one of the steals and that he's going to leave it well last.
You can play one of his reveals.
I can, yeah.
You can.
But then
The
again,
only square that's there that neither of you know about
it's
is
D2.
Crucial point in the game
Very, very, very crucial, yeah. Well, in my head, I've just done eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And I've ended up with A3, so I'm going to go with A3.
Okay.
His reveal.
Nikki, you want to know what's in there. Neil knows what colour it is. A3. It is a steal, Nikki.
That's a good thing.
How much of Neil's money, how much of the £42 that Neil has left have you stolen? Let's see. 75%! Neil, you're down to £11, mate. You started off so well, you're down to £11, but there are 2 steals there and there is 1 gold square there. You know that there is 1 go each and you know the colour of one of the squares.
I'll play C3.
You know its colour. What about its value? It's a steal. You are going to take some of Nikki's £3,532. Anything over 50%, and you are in the lead, Neil. Yes, it's 50%. Well done, Neil. You're in the lead, but it's only £11. So this could be all over for you, because is it enough? I don't know whether it is. So, Nikki, we never play the last square in the grid, so this, your final go, is also the final go of the game. You know what is behind D4. You know the colour. Are you going to play D4 or D2? One is cash, one is a steal.
I'm going to play my reveal, please. D4.
You were saving it.
Yes, I am.
Let's see. D4. Yes, 25% steal. Well done. Nikki, £2,211. Look at you.
Sorry, I'm trying.
Neil. Hard luck. It was a great game. Nikki can't believe it. The last square that we never played, what was it? £250. Neil, we lose you.
Thank you very much.
All the money that you won is going back into the grid. I'm afraid we have to say goodbye. Neil, thank you.
Cheerio.
Thank you. Nikki, congratulations. You've won £2,211 so far in the game. You are just minutes away from winning tens of thousands of pounds or losing everything as you face the mega grid. As always with the grid, it's good news and bad news. On the upside, the mega grid is full of cash. There it is. 20 gold cash squares. Every time you find one of those, the grid will give you more and more money. But on the downside, there are 5 bankrupt squares. Hit just one of those and you lose everything. Game over. You can choose up to 5 squares, and after each one, you can decide to stop and keep what you've earned so far or play on. The grid is mixing up the squares and is now locked. It's time to face the mega grid. We always play the first square, find gold, and the grid will take your current winnings to £3,300. Nikki, you have to play the first square. Just don't hit a bankrupt. Find that gold.
Well, D4 was really lucky for me in the game before, so my first choice is D4. Please, Les.
Which one can you remember was the bankrupt for you? Can you remember that?
That was A2.
So you're keeping away from that.
I am.
D4. This
Yes,
is for
please.
£3,300, or Nikki,
Or bankrupt.
nothing, bankrupt. I hope it's gold for you. There is gold in them there squares. Yes, well done, Nikki. You have £3,300. Well played.
I don't believe it.
Believe it. So you have £3,300. Hit a gold now, and you'll get this. £6,000, Nikki. £6,000 or nothing.
Or nothing.
Nikki, by making it this far, you are our reigning champion, and you will be back tomorrow. You can stick. It's a lot of money to win. It's a lot of money to lose. But this is the only time that you are guaranteed to be playing Mega Grid. There are only 5 bankrupts there. It's mainly gold squares. You've got more chance of hitting gold than bankrupt.
I always said if I got up here, I was gonna gamble for that kind of money, but £3,300 is still a lot of money to me.
What would that buy you?
That would pay all my debts off.
And 6,000 would pay off your debts and give you some money on top. It is your decision, Nikki.
I'm gonna stick, Les. I would really regret it. If
All
I
right,
was to
Nikki,
lose
you're
that
going to
money, I
stay
really would.
at £3,300. Well done, Nikki. Just out of interest, where would you have gone next?
A4 was also a lucky square for me. I would have gone for A4.
If this is gold, you would have won £6,000. If not, you would have lost it. Let's have a look. Whoa! Nikki, well played! What a good decision, well done! I bet you are so relieved. Let's see where the rest of those bankrupt squares were. There they are. Now, Nikki, it's time for you to win some money for somebody watching right now at home. There are 9 cash amounts in the grid. One of you watching right now will win up to £3,000. Nikki, pick a square.
I'm gonna go for A2.
Lucky for somebody else, let's see. £500. Congratulations to you, you just won £500. You know what? There was loads of cash up there. £3,000 in A1, £2,000 in C3. You can win thousands more tomorrow. We've just seen Nikki win £3,300. She'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you in 24 hours when Nikki will face a new contender in the grid. We'll see you then.
And congratulations to our first winner at home, R. Hemming from Portishead. Congratulations. Over on 5 Life now, build a new life in the country. But next, here, it's 5 News and Weather. Stay with us.